Welcome back to the Culture of Currency, where in this series we're talking about the different regions of the world and the beautiful coins to expect from those regions. So I've selected some of the coins from my collection to kind of show you. Today we're going to go over coins from Australia. So Australia is probably by square foot one of the biggest producers of silver coins. They have all kinds of different themes and ideas that they put on coinage, and if you don't have anything from Australia, some of the most well-known are probably going to be things like the Kookaburra, the kangaroo, and the koala, but they do have so much more, which we'll get into today. Up first, let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit. So you can see here we have a beautiful coin, frosted background of Her Majesty. This is going to be part of a lunar series. This is the lunar dog, as you can tell. This goes over the lunar cycle. Every year, a 12-year cycle has a different year. Next year, for example, will be the dragon. So not amazing. This is an older generation, and I think it's before they really became masters of their design in the lunar series. We'll get to, in fact, another lunar coin here shortly that will be a better representation of what I think a lunar coin should be. Here's another coin from Australia. We see the open rim right here. That would be last generation's design. This is going to be a koala bear. So every single year their koala design changes. This is a 2017, I believe, and what I love is that the koala is on the ground, which is very rare for a koala, so it's probably something we're not going to see a whole lot in this series, is a koala on the ground. And what we also see up here in the moon is a rooster, which is to highlight that this coin was actually minted in the year of the rooster, which ties it into the lunar series as well. Here's another coin from Australia. So the two mints from Australia that you really want to pay attention to are the Perth Mint, which is fantastic, and the other one is the Royal Australian Mint, which has really come a long way, and I think produces some of the best coins out there. This is actually produced by the Royal Australian Mint. This is the Sumatran elephant, a series where they highlight endangered species that happen to live in their zoo. All of these I have videos over if you're interested. They're on my channel. So if you see a coin, you're like, man, that's awesome, I want to know more about it, or maybe I want to buy it, then check out the channel. I bought all of these coins from APMEX, as you can see on the screen. Here is another Australian beauty. You see this one is frosted all the way around. That's highlighting the current kind of generation of coins from Perth. This is the koala bear from, I believe, 2022. Amazing design. We have a change in the font. As you can see, big difference from the last generation to this generation of koala. Gorgeous coin. If you're interested in supporting the channel with no cost to you, and you order from APMEX already, you can go ahead and use the link in the description, and it will actually pay me a referral fee for sending you to them. So something you can do if you like what I'm doing here and you want to support us and you don't want to pay anything in doing that, that's a great way if you already are buying silver and gold. So this is a lunar series from the Royal Australian Mint. This is probably my favorite lunar coin from Australia. As you can see, we have the entire cycle. It starts here with the rat, goes all the way around, and ends with the pig. I have a video over the lunar rat coin from England, and it actually highlights the entire cycle and the history and the tradition of the lunar series. As you can see here, this is the lunar ox. Fantastic coin. I love that they've incorporated not only the moon and this little bitty crescent right here, but they also have the river in which the animals have to cross to get to the Jade Palace in the tradition. So really cool design overall. I think they incorporated it well, and they carried over the front to the back, which is something I always love. Now for a little bit of disappointment. Here is the older version of the lunar series again, and this is going to be the pig. So beautiful on the front, but the back, just like with the dog, it seems that we have are focused, but all of these little pieces of grass and pigs are just kind of dragged and dropped as if it's clip art on a late 90s computer. Really nothing special about it, and that's the sad thing, is that the Perth Mint is probably one of the premier mints of the world, and they can do better, but this series just crashed. But it's not the series that we see currently. The current series out of the out of the Perth Mint is fantastic. This is just the last cycle. Here we have another mass-produced bullion coin. This is Under the Southern Sky, I believe, or Australian Sky. It has some really, really cool features. The light plays off of it quite well. Has a constellation in the back. Really fun video to make, this one. And as you can see, right there, there's a little platypus, and that's a privy mark. I believe each year is a little bit of a privy. Beautiful coin. One of my favorites from Australia. Right here we see once again that iconic mirrored rim, which tells us it's from the last generation of coins from the Perth Mint. And we have the Australian wedge-tailed eagle. This is a really cool coin in series that changes the artwork every single year. It's a little bit lower mintage and absolutely fantastic and beautiful. Really, really big series in Australia. Here's another one. This is a 2021. You see the queen on all of these, of course. And we have another issue of the Australian Zoo from the Royal Australian Mint, this being the cheetah. I believe this is the first coin that they issued in this series highlighting animals from their collection. This is a series that came out a couple years ago. They're each highlighting different provinces or regions of Australia. This happens to be New South Wales. As you can see, it is just fantastic. We see all kinds of cool imagery here, elements of the New South Wales area of Australia, and we flip to the reverse, we see even more. This is just about as fantastic of a design as you can get. In fact, I would say this series overall is my favorite in Australia, even above the Kookaburra and all those others. Here's another from that exact same series. This is Queensland. Has what looks to be a stag. I have not made a video over this coin yet because I just got it, but I will be, and I'm sure it will be something that I'm very interested in once I dive into it. We see kind of a representation of the Maltese cross over here. We see the queen. Just absolutely gorgeous how they've used the entire space, but it's not overly busy. We move to the back, just like the last theme, we see elements of Queensland that are very, very unique and I guess important to that area. Here we have the classic design of the Kookaburra. Now this one does look a bit more ornate in the obverse than the traditional Kookaburra, and that's because this is a 30-year anniversary. So we get to see Kookaburras on both sides. Really cool coin. It is the favorite Kookaburra that I have seen ever produced, so I had to have it. But this is the flagship, I would say, of the collector series in Australia, is the Kookaburras. Very, very collectible. And our last coin to go over is the classic bullion coin from Australia, and this, you can tell by the iconic rim, is the kangaroo. A lot of people talk down on this coin as a world bullion coin. I actually really like it. I love the way that you have these radial kind of sunbeams popping out. I love the security feature. I love everything about this coin. It's really cool. I might actually even like it more than the maple. which I know can be heresy sometimes. So as you can see, we have some beauties, real beauties, hailing from the nation of Australia. I would say as a singular country, it's really hard to beat the diversity and quality of coins that they put out. So if you live in Australia, you should be really proud of some of the coins that you see. You should go say hi to the Bullion now boys for me, because I'm not down there. But absolutely just love the things that Australia puts out and think that that's something that you should consider in your collection. Thank you so much for watching, and please remember to stay classy and current with the culture of currency.